Hey Steve, where are we today?
Hey, we're in Springfield, Oregon, visiting Oregon's only organics.
So this is the manufacturer of Nectar for the Gods. Always been very popular for us at Monster Gardens. And honestly, I've never been here, but I always hear how amazing this place is. I can't wait to meet the man himself, the myth, the man, the legend, Scott Ostrander with the beard. We're finally looking inside their digs. Let's check it out. Scott.
Hey.
What's going on?
What's going on? Hey, did you
Good
see
to
the
see
no
you.
trespassing sign up there? We talk about the product all the time on your green screens. Let's go see how we made it.
Okay, for sure.
After you.
All right. In here first?
Yeah, let's head over to this red building. It's kind of where we began the whole company, you know, outside of Frank's garage back in the good old days. But
yeah,
when we first kind of came down to Oregon, or down to the Springfield, Eugene area, we had to find a location, and we decided we'll buy this dump. This was all a big field.
So you built these buildings?
Yeah, we've built everything here just to kind of fit the needs for our products and development. So,
how long have you been here? When did you start the business?
We've been here, what, 9 years? Oh, we started the business about 12 years ago.
Oh, wow.
Well, officially 12, probably 14 years of actual manufacturing together as a company.
Dang.
We've been in these places for about 12.
Okay.
It's been quite the ride, you know.
Oh, I'm sure.
Grow and grow and find new things and new challenges, and you know, a lot of the things that we do, we really we pride ourselves on small batch products. And, you know, in an industry filled with mass-produced everything, we really just wanted to hold that line on how do we make craft everything for our craft cannabis growers. Mm-hmm. So we've designed everything on the basis of handmade, small batch made, you know, and I think this space right here kind of starts the whole picture of this is where we make our one-shot product, which is the pelleted, you know, time-release organic. You know, we make it all right out of this 1 yard mixer.
Oh, wow, okay.
And so every one of these totes is a batch. And our guys sit here all day loading this thing up one little batch at a time. And so it comes back down to the quality control, making sure everything's the same, batch to batch to batch. Everything's going to be measured equally, and we'll make it out we're going to hit all our marks that way.
Yeah,
so,
no, for sure.
And we didn't want to cut corners. We've tried going 5 yards, 10 yards, 15 yards. Stratification occurs. Things start happening in the mixes. We started getting such imbalances that we went, you know what didn't ever screw us over? 1 yard batch.
1 yard batch every time.
Every time. So now that we've developed this new product called Chimera, same thing. We really want to make sure that they're very consistent for our growers, so we make everything in a 1 yard batch.
So your integrity is based on quality inputs, quality batches,
sourcing, consistency, and knowing what the customers need, not what we feel they want.
Sure.
And then our whole industry is selling the next bottle, and we're the company that tells you, you need the 6, you don't need the 17.
Sure.
So let us help you learn the product line, and then see what you can use to advance your grow, make your products better, give you better jar appeal. Our line warrants that for our customers. They can really design what they want. But for the guy who wants to just get in, it's a 4-part system for most people. Mm-hmm. So, you know, but it comes all back down to small batches and controlling all your inputs.
This is where your raw material comes in?
Most of our raw comes in this red building. We'll kind of just take this little tour real quick. This is just the place where we happen to make the one shot. It's the dirtiest, the nastiest.
Sure.
It's the only place we don't sweep every day.
What's that smell?
Which one? I got. I don't have a sense of smell anymore because of my accident. So I smell bone meal, but you probably smell molasses.
Okay, it is sweet.
It's a
sweet smell.
So yeah, like in this actual one-shot product, all the fine powders, which in the next room here we'll show you, but we crush everything. Jimmy! We crush everything down into a super fine powder, and then we stick it in that 1 yard mixer, and to bind it all together, we do it with molasses.
I see. I want to stop right there because this gentleman just walked in. Steven. Frank. Yeah, you're the other legend here. Yeah.
The other homeless guy in Springfield that says he owns a business.
Yeah. So you two guys are the owners of the business.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Yeah, I remember I was telling you, I like the photo on your website of you guys back in, was it here?
Oh, it was right where the yellow building is.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, you guys were a little younger in that photo,
Yeah,
but
well,
man.
Was that with his stripper parking shirt?
Yeah, and then you had like the no pesticide shirt on. Yeah.
That was us.
Yeah.
Yep. Now, Frank and I have been, we've been in the gardening and farming industry for many years, and we paralleled. I worked for Down to Earth for many years. He worked for Pacific Calcium for many years, and we just always have worked side by side at garden centers and at events and at farm grows. We just decided that we got along so well and things were going great, but we got really tired of making all these other companies millions of dollars because of our gift of gab. So Frank and I decided that, hey, let's put something together and go after this one industry. We've created about 100,000 square feet of warehouse space to manufacture in and store in, ship out of. We're nationwide. We've found the niche in this industry where the grower really wants a quality product. The home grower really wants to feel good with the product they're growing and knowing what they're using. And we created a platform where they can access us. When you email our company, you're talking to the owners. You're not talking to a customer service rep. We believe in making sure that our customers are 100% confident in what they're doing. And so we've based our business on community-based versus profit-based. And it may bite us in the butt, but at the end of the day, we sleep well at night, and we know that our customers don't find us to be greedy. Most products we see in the market, the lids on the bottles cost more than the products inside. And I think when you get through this process today, you're going to see, holy crap, it takes you guys that long to make these things? How is that profitable?
You've told us about it. I've been dying to see this.
It'll be fun.
Really have been.
Yeah.
Dying to see it.
Well, we'll start with the worst part of the process.
Perfect.
We digest our own bones here in rainwater fulvic acid. Takes anywhere from 8 to 16 weeks. The downfall is it's 8 to 16 weeks. So the more coarse it is,
The longer it takes.
Yeah, it becomes quite a nightmare. So if we start with this bone meal.
That's what you start with.
Yeah, and this in a tank by itself is 16 to 20 weeks of digestion, and maybe we still are going to filter most of it off because it won't break down.
Right.
It takes forever to break this much down.
And just for the viewers, what do you mean by digestion?
Literally hydrolyzing the material. So basically taking a rock, which is bone, which is a rock, and blasting water into it through hydrolyzation or digestion. We're not putting microbes in, we're not adding compost tea, we're not physically eating it, we're hydrolyzing it with fulvic acids, rainwaters, creating the hydrolyzation, and then once the calcium phosphate breaks away from the bone, that all can be filtered away and we're left with just pure liquid bone.
I see.
So in here, if we walk around the other side, there's a giant ball mill. It's a 3-stage ball mill. It starts with giant softball steel balls, down to a medium, down to a marble, and there's screens in between. So as it's tumbling, it's moving it through the screens all the way to the end. And when we get to the end, there's a little tiny gap between that post and that outlet.
That's what it falls into.
No, if it falls out, it goes back to be reground.
Oh,
if it's vacuumed out, then it's good enough for digest.
So it must be real fine to be vacuumed out.
This is stage 1. Outside, there's another dust collection. That's the stage 2. And then this is just coming out of the first stage. And I'm gonna just throw this right outside.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's like talc, baby powder talc.
Oh my gosh.
And this is still too coarse considering what's outside. So the outside stuff, it goes airborne, it doesn't come back to the ground until it gets rained on.
Yeah, so that obviously required a lot of R&D for you guys to figure out the particle size.
A lot of failures,
Yeah.
Well, you can't see them now. At one point we had a whole filter wall sock here. It's just all filter socks on the wall we've tried 1,000 ways to do our own processing, hammer mills, ball mills. This one has become the best mode to get it to the finest level. So this is our bone room.
Cool.
It's fun.
The bone room.
The bone room. It's the grind.
Yeah.
Hey, let's go. Let's go.
So what's going on in this room over here?
This is where we kind of store our local stuff for our local guys. This is where we started like manufacturing. So when we get into the next space, everything in that space was right here. Everything. Okay. And then we shipped from this side. So
Okay, so this is like finished. I see. You have your number 4 here in
This is all the potting soil for our local farms, our local stores.
Got it. Because I've been so damn curious over the years. What's your numbering scheme? Where did that come from? The number 4,
because we're lazy.
Number 7.
We started this company
it's
as
so random.
No, we're lazy. We're lazy people. Truly, we hated marketing. When we started, we were literally A, B, C, D were the bottles. So Gaia was B, A was Medusa. I mean, we literally believed in it's in the bottles, not on it. It's in the bag, not on it. Everybody makes a big, beautiful piece of art on their shit, And at the end of the day, it doesn't grow better product because you got fancy art.
Right.
We wanted to prove to them we got great product to grow fancy weed.
Right.
So when we finally went national, the distributors are like, we can't sell A, B, C, and D. That's stupid. You got to create a label. You got to create a marketing. So we had our customers name our company. We had a contest to draw the art, to name the products. So every single product, every single label, every single concept of our marketing is a grower somewhere in this country that did the art.
Whoa.
And it's just been a riot. So like everything we've done has been, all right, we got this new product. It's a crab and shrimp digest. It does this and that. Who wants to name it? Artist shows up. Hey man, look at this Kraken. I'd call it Kraken. You're like, that's a cool piece of art. So we just embrace our community. So all of our marketing is because our users did it all.
It's the Nectar fam.
It's the Nectar fam. So, you know, it's listening to the customer and not saying, here's a cookie cutter way of doing what everybody else is doing. Because there is no cookie cutter way of doing stuff.
No, I mean, at the end of the day, there's so many genetic varieties too. Well, show me this bottling area. I'm
Let's
very
keep
curious
walking.
about that. So, wow, yeah, different size tanks.
Right now in this room, because these are the very specific product rooms. So that's just Megamorpheus, that's it. Because that
Okay.
needs a sand separator and that filter and that heat exchanger. So it's very specific in this room. So this is the overflow.
Okay.
The other room is the big manufacturing room, but you know, in here, this is where they make the Bloom Chaos, because that's as big of a reaction as we can make without going $400,000 into tanks. So this becomes like the daily process room because they have to make that almost every day during heat demand because that's only 275 gallons every single day. So it's tough to play the game when you're a little guy that doesn't have millions of dollars to pad fist. We just kind of play it the way we can play it and get through it as fast as we can get through it.
So, okay, so a certain amount, these are specific to certain inputs. Do you ever mix tanks or you just keep them dedicated?
Wow, back in the day, yeah, every tank was, and we had this many tanks, so everything had to be cleaned, washed, and then started over. And now, with our expansions and we keep growing and building, we've decided to create tanks for everything.
So, sorry, before this, so you have a bottling machine here.
Yeah.
Or a labeling machine, rather.
Well, it's bottling, capping, labeling. The only thing it doesn't have is a palletizer. And
so how often you run this thing often or no?
Yeah, enough to collect about an inch of dust a month on it. So no, we have it for when we really need to get busy, but we have a team of people that put their love in the hand bottling, and you know, we find that value that we put in the hand bottling of this product adds just a little bit of that love that goes out to every customer. And, you know, and we can stand by it. They all sit on stools and they bottle right out of these tanks. And if we get behind and we really need to bust it out, we've got the machines to do it. Yeah. But this machine kills jobs, and I don't know. My economy locally takes their paychecks to go into our stores to buy products to then circulate cash flow in our community. Yeah. If I lay them off, then yeah, it's a great machine. It's a nice tool, but
it's for redundancy when needed.
It's soulless.
Yeah.
This has no soul. They have souls. Balta has a soul. Yeah. And so I can't sleep at night knowing that this thing's running and I've got people going, I don't have a job because you got a machine.
Whoa, big tanks.
So this is more of the production room. This is where like the products that we make a lot of, the Medusa, the Gaia, the Herc, the Circes, they've turned off all the motors for us so we can actually talk. Yeah, because normally every one of these has a 5 horsepower pump on top. Or yeah, just a motor. Just cycles. They're just 2 paddles, churning, agitating everything. And then all of these are 5 horsepower pumps that are sucking it out of the bottom and then shooting it back in. So we're not mixing this way, but we're...
So that's what this is here, is it just takes it to the top.
Yep, and like, you know, we used to have to climb ladders. Frank and I would, back in the way day, we built a whole stage around one of these things and we'd have to hand load everything. Yeah. And then we came up with the brilliant idea of Venturi's. Amazing tool where you just dump it in here and it just sucks it in. So this saved all of them from having to climb ladders. So this whole floor has got a membrane underneath it. It's got a curb all the way around it, so that way if, you know, one of these 20-foot things fell over sideways, then it would contain that on this beautiful floor.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Man, how big are these?
These are 8s. So we usually cap them at about 5 to, well, the bone meal will get all the way to 8 when they get full. But yeah, what we did was, because the Herculean is such a popular product and it sells so well, this whole row on the back was just Herculean tanks. So every week they can drain one, fill one, start digestion, and then next week they just have them, they go in cycles. And the nice thing is they're right next to the rainwater collection system, so to get the water from there to there, it's literally gravity fed in minutes. So
Oh, nice.
yeah, this is all gravity fed, which is great because there's so much pressure in 80,000 gallons of rainwater.
So you collect enough rainwater to do
Yeah, as
your
you can
liquid
see,
nutrients?
like number 6 and number 12 here, this one's totally full.
Yeah, it is.
And number 6 is to the 6. So the blue is fresh water. That's all rain. So as the winter goes through and we're collecting, like every time we get an inch, we get 17,500 gallons of water for every inch that hits our roof. So when these 80,000 gallon tanks fill up, then we take that and we start filling every single tank we're not currently digesting in. That way we've got backup water, so we all hit the drought years. So June, July, August, we won't see rain again, and we don't want to use city water. We don't believe in bottling drinking water with fertilizers in it and then making money off it.
Yeah, so how many tanks you got here? You have 8?
Yep,
And
8
they're
in line,
and they're
all
10,000 each?
These are 10s, and they're all gravity filled. So there's 2 inputs on the 2 center tanks. All these valves are open, and once as one fills, they all fill the exact same way.
Okay, right.
As you can hear, these are all super full. So
you're collecting rainwater, and that rainwater is what's in your liquid nutrients.
yes, we are not putting
You're not-
one drinkable glass of water out to a human.
You're not tapping any of your domestic water line. Whoa, that is so cool.
No, matter of fact, if we had a 4-year drought, this is how I'd have to fill my tanks with this half-inch line. You imagine doing 80,000 gallons with a half-inch line? So that's our like, holy crap,
Yeah.
everything's really bad.
Yeah.
But I mean, this year's been, I think we're like 10 years ago was the last time we got this much rain.
No, you must sleep really well at night because you're doing the right thing.
I do. Yeah. I don't stay up because of that. I stay up because I worry about employees.
Yeah.
And that's it. And that's my biggest fear is I want to be open tomorrow. So this is final packaging. After they get all bottling and stuff over there, they bring it over to our 2 labeling machine monsters.
Yeah. Hello.
Maria and Marcella, they're our heroes. They do all the hand stickering of the products.
So it's worth commenting how orderly this is.
Oh,
Very
man.
orderly.
Yeah.
You even have these covered just in case.
Yeah, you do. These are clean.
Those are clean.
Every one, beautifully clean.
So this is awesome. So yeah, I mean, you have inventory. You are rocking. You're ready to go.
We are ready for spring. We are ready for the grow season, and there's no supply chain issue here. If you're not getting it right now, it's not because we don't have it.
I love how clean all this is. I mean, really, it's like, yeah, I mean, you have the bottles up there, backstock that are wrapped nice. They're stacked high, below your minimum line.
Yes,
They're
the state level. I'm below the state level, so we're safe.
So what else do you want to show us? I mean, I know I want to check out your media.
Yeah, I say let's head there before that crew walks away from us, because I think seeing what we can do in the soil facility, and we pride ourselves again on it's that quality of inputs and not cutting corners for the profit piece.
Yeah.
Really makes a big difference for the end users.
Well, let's go check out your media.
Let's do that.
Cool. This is awesome. It really is.